Welcome to this course, Basic Manufacturing Process Unit First and Lecture 8, Cupola Furnace and Classification of Cast Iron. Agenda for today I present in this videos Cupola Furnace, zones of Cupola, classification of cast iron, grey cast iron, property of grey cast iron, application of grey cast iron, white cast iron, property of white cast iron, and application of white cast iron. Cupola furnace. The tires are placed regularly. Tires are placed regularly around the circumferential of the furnace near the bottom for blowing air into the furnace. The furnace is one the furnace is open at the top for the charging. The different projecting spots are provided provided at the bottom in opposite direction and at different level for typing different level for typing of the slag and molten iron. The scarp iron is used in order to improve scarp iron used to improve the quality of cast iron, also to effect of economy in the cost of its the production. The air for combustion is forced under pressure through the boiler. The molten iron thus obtained is called cast iron is cast into mold. Cupola furnace. The different steps involved in cupola operation. Preparation of cupola, including the repairs, l- lighting, lighting the fire into the coke bed, charging of cupola furnace, melting and slagging the metal, slagging and metal typing, dropping down the cupola bottom. I present in the figure of cupola furnace. The column is a vertical column is made of cast iron, and in this the space in present in pig iron scarf, and there the check wall. The coke on this column in the column coke present, and the tires they are the one tires is up outer or top of the furnace shell. This is the furnace cell and charging door. This is the charging door in a furnace. fire brick limning fire brick in limning, and air from blower. This is the gate is in small is the air from blower in the furnace. Wing box, wind box, and slag. This is the part of the slag. Iron spool. This is the bottom flow in present in this figure. The foundation. This is the base of the foundation of cupola furnace in molten iron. Here in present here the molten iron. This is the molten iron slag about. This is the tire or base is the slag spout and clay plug. This is the clay plug in present and tires. This is the tires is present in these figures. Cupola, zone of the cupola, zone of the cupola, zones of cupola. Well, it is the sort of well of molten iron. The molten iron is the molten iron. The molten is this is the zone before beginning the taper superheat, superheating and combination or oxidizing zone. All the oxygen in the air blast furnace is consumed here or here owing to the actual combustion taking place in this zone. They, thus, the lot of heat is supplied from here to the other zone. This is the chemical reaction in the superheating combustion oxidizing zone. C plus with carbon plus O2. This is this made by the carbon dioxide CO2 plus some of generated heat. And other reaction is 2Mn manganese, two part of manganese uh, and add to the oxygen. This is made by in MnO2 magnesium oxide plus heat. Other reaction is Si plus O2 form of air. This is SiO2 plus heat generate to the plus heat. The temperature of combustion zone varies from of 1550 degrees Celsius to 1850 degrees Celsius in this zone. Oxidizing zone is the heat generated to the very high in this zone. Second, uh, zones of the cupola says there are three reducing zone, a protective zone. This is the name of the reducing zone, a protective zone. It extends from the top of combustion zone to top of coke bed on the cupola furnace. It protects from oxidation the metal change above and the dropping through it. An endothermic reaction endothermic reaction take place in this zone in which some of the CO2 carbon dioxide gas moving upward mm, through the coke get reduced. C plus O2 carbon dioxide plus coke C is equal to CO 2CO plus कुछ हीट रिलीज कर दिया माइनस minus this is the minus is the release of heat in out of the furnace with the flue gases. This reduce the heat in the reducing zone, and it has the temperature only of the order of 1200 degrees Celsius is the reducing zone and a protective zone. In this zone, the higher energy, higher heat is generated to the 1200 degrees Celsius temperature. Melting zone. Four zones is a melting zone. Iron melt in the zone. In this zone, iron melt. The temperature in the melting zone is around above 1600 degrees Celsius. As per the following reaction take place in the zone, the molten iron pick up to carbon 3Fe 3Fe plus 2CO is equal to Fe3C plus CO2 carbon dioxide. Other fifth zone other fifth zone is other fifth zone is the preheating zone. Preheating zone start from above the melting zone, stands up to the bottom of the charging door. Gases like the CO2, CO, and N2 rising upward from combustion and reducing zone, preheating at the cupola charge above the 1100 degrees Celsius. Thus, the preheated charge gradually move down in the melting zone. 6. The zone. Stoke zone extended from above the preheating zone to where the cupola shell in the spark arrestor is attached. Hot gases from cupola passes through the stoke zone, escape to atmosphere, release the gases is stoke zone and escape to atmosphere. Stock stock gases, that is the gaseous passing through the stock zone. Passing through the stock zone will normally contain about the actual amount of CO2, and CO, which is 11% each the rest of 76% of nitrogen. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much. In this video, I will be presented to the Cupola furnace in the generate of heat steps by is the and zone zone I presented in the heat zones in the Cupola furnace. Thank you.